Should use headphones with DJ Pro AI. I'm DJ Spiegel Spin, and I'm going to talk about it in this video. So when people normally think of a DJ, picture it in their mind and stuff, they picture a guy wearing headphones. So now there's many different ways to use headphones besides just using them for beat matching. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys some creative ways to use your headphones with DJ Pro, and also some settings within the app that'll make it easier, and then also controllers and stuff like that that'll make DJing with headphones better for DJ Pro AI. So first of all, what I want to get into is how do you connect your headphones to DJ Pro AI if you're using the iPad. So now, when I first started using the app, I think it was still DJ2, and I had the old iPad. It wasn't the iPad Pro. It didn't have the USB-C connection, and on one side it had a regular lightning adapter on this side, and then the other side it had a headphone jack. I don't know why Apple decided that we don't need headphone jacks anymore, but that's the way it is for now, and we don't have a headphone jack. So if you were planning on using just DJing with your iPad and then plugging in your headphones, what you would need to have is a USB-C adapter, and then this adapter is going to have to go into USB-C and then have a spot for headphones and then have a way to charge the iPad. So you need an adapter to just be able to plug in headphones, and then you would need a separate adapter. Now, Tractor makes one, and some of the older DJ Pro controllers came with an adapter where one end is for, you plug it into the audio connection, and one end is for the main output, and the other end is for the headphones. Now, the problem with that, with the USB-C connection, is that when you have so many adapters plugged in, like you literally need 3 different adapters, you run the risk of it being an unreliable connection, and you run the risk of a wire popping out, which could ruin your whole set while you're DJing if one of these wires pop out. So I don't recommend going the route with the headphone adapter. What I recommend doing, instead of spending, it'd probably cost you the same amount of money on the adapters, because these adapters aren't cheap. Some of them are $50, $60, and they go all the way up to hundreds of dollars. So what I would recommend is getting a controller like this, a mini non-Bluetooth controller. So this is actually connected into the iPad, and the main output comes out of here, and then you could plug in your headphones right here. It has a built-in sound card. So I think this controller is only $90 right now, or $89. So just by having this, you kind of bypass the whole adapter thing, and you also have a really good high functional controller with touch activated jog wheels, and you could have your headphones plugged in, and you could also adjust the Q level of the headphone, and there's buttons here where you could switch which sides you're using the headphones on. But with DJ Pro, when you move the crossfader, it automatically changes where the headphones are. So if you move the crossfader to the right, the headphones automatically switch to the left. So I use these buttons to put in effects, or you can map it however you want it, or if you like having the button there to switch, then you could do it that way. Now, DJ Pro recently in the version 4 update has updated our audio device setups, and they included the headphones in there too. So you could choose which channel is going to be the headphones, which channel is going to be the main output. So if your controller has a section for headphones, like this one, you could use that channel as a booth output, or you could use it as something else. You're not stuck with using it as the headphones. But if you want to use it as the headphones, then you go over here to pre-queuing, and you have the option to either use the split output from your iPad, or to use the connection plugged in to the controller. Now, some controllers, like the Bluetooth controllers, they don't have any place for you to plug in the headphones. So by being able to use the split output, you could still use these controllers, and you could use the headphones. So now we know how to plug in the headphones, but what are we actually going to do with the headphones besides just looking cool with it on our neck? So number one is obviously for beat matching. So when you're doing manual beat matching, you have 2 songs that are the same BPM, and you're trying to get the beats aligned up so they sound good, so it sounds like only one beat is playing and it's not all train wrecky and sounding terrible. So if you want to do this without using the sync button, what you do is you have one song playing, and then in your headphones, you're listening to the other track, and you're lining up the beat, you're adjusting the tempo, adjusting the timing of the song within your headphones, and only you could hear this. And then when it's ready, when the mix is done and you're fully beat matched, then you could slowly fade in to have the audience hear the mix that you're doing, and then do a nice smooth transition. So that's the most popular way for people to use headphones when they're DJing. But another thing that I use the headphones for every single time I DJ at DJ gigs is if you don't know the end of the song. So I tell you guys in all my videos that when you're DJing and doing gigs, you should know when to start the songs, when to end the songs, so you don't run into playing two vocals at the same time or run into something like that. But a lot of times you'll get a request, and if you play a request, or maybe you don't have time to program all these songs and put all the cue points, and you don't know how the song is going to end, and you don't know how you're going to mix out. So DJ Pro gives us this great feature. If you go over here, if you hold in the music button, you could do double. So now this will put the same track on two decks at the same time. So what I use this for is one song's playing, the audience hear it, I load it into a non-active deck, the same song, and then you could simply listen to the headphones and see when the song ends, so you know a great place to mix out. Because if you didn't know the way the song ends, you could cheat by using your headphones, listening to how it ends, maybe marking a cue point, and then the cue point will be there on the other track, and then you know exactly how the song is going to end. If you're going to do an echo out, if you're going to do a beat match, you know which transition you're going to do. Now, another thing that I use the headphones for is to find vocals that really stand out in the song. You might not know where the exact vocal is, but you could listen to the song and you could mark down the vocals, and if it's something that you want to emphasize, maybe put a loop on, or maybe that's how you want to start the song is by dropping it on a vocal that everyone knows, then you could do that. So don't think of the headphones as cheating. They're there as a tool, and as a DJ, you're paid there to do a job, just like if a plumber was paid to go fix someone's sink. They're going to use all the tools that are there for them. So we as DJs using DJ Pro are going to want to use all the tools that we have at our disposal. So if you guys like learning about what you could do with DJ Pro and all the new features and settings and how to really get the most out of the app, and also what's new with DJing in the iPad and the future of DJing, subscribe to my channel and let me know down below if I left anything out, if you used the headphones for anything else, or if you have any other questions related to headphones or even any other questions related to DJing in general. I try to get back to every single question and comment that I know the answer to. So thank you so much, and I make videos every single day, so check out the next one.